far beneath the rolling surface of the ocean, where sunlight fractured into dancing ribbons of gold and the water hummed with ancient songs, lay the magnificent kingdom of Thalasara. Its towers were carved from pearl and coral, its streets paved with smooth jade stones polished by centuries of gentle currents. Giant kelp forests swayed like living curtains, and schools of fish shimmered like living jewels as they passed. At the heart of this underwater realm ruled King Trithian, sovereign of the seas, whose trident commanded the tides and whose voice could still the angriest storm. He was wise, powerful, and deeply protective of his people, and especially of his youngest daughter. Her name was Ariel. Unlike her sisters, who delighted in court ceremonies and royal duties, Ariel possessed a restless spirit. Her long crimson hair flowed like fire through the water, untamed and radiant. Her tail shimmered in shades of emerald and turquoise, catching the light with every movement. But it was her eyes wide, curious, and endlessly questioning that set her apart. Ariel loved the sea, yet she was forever looking upward. Ariel had collected many treasures over the years. Hidden inside a secret grotto beyond the coral cliffs lay shelves of human artifacts, silver forks bent by rust, cracked mirrors, glass bottles, music boxes, and strange metal tools whose purposes she could only guess. She would drift through the grotto for hours, gently touching each object, imagining the world above. What could this be? She whispered one day, holding a candle holder. A trident for tiny humans, perhaps. From behind a rock floated Flounder, her closest friend, a small yellow and blue fish with nervous eyes. Ariel, if your father finds out you've been collecting surface junk again, he'll... I know, Ariel sighed. But don't you ever wonder what it's like up there? To walk on land? To feel the wind instead of currents? Flounder shivered. I think breathing water is exciting enough. But Ariel's heart was already drifting skyward. Chapter 3. Songs of the surface. Often, Ariel would swim to the ocean's edge at dusk, hiding among rocks as ships passed overhead. From there, she truly listened to the sounds of the surface world. Laughter, music, footsteps, voices filled with emotion. One night, a grand ship sailed past, its deck glowing with lantern light. Music poured into the sea, rich and joyful. Ariel surfaced just enough to see. On the deck stood a young human prince, dark-haired and bright-eyed, laughing as musicians played. His joy was effortless, his presence magnetic. Ariel felt something stir within her chest, something she had never known before. Love. Chapter 4. The storm as the celebration continued, dark clouds gathered without warning. Wind howled. Waves rose like mountains. The ship was tossed violently as lightning tore through the sky. Ariel! Flounder cried as thunder boomed. We have to go. But Ariel couldn't look away. A massive wave crashed over the ship, throwing the prince into the sea. Without thinking, Ariel dove. She fought the storm, her powerful tail slicing through the chaos. She found the prince unconscious, sinking fast. Wrapping her arms around him, she swam with all her strength toward the shore. When she reached the beach, she dragged him onto the sand and watched as the storm slowly faded. Kneeling beside him, Ariel sang softly a song of the sea, ancient and healing. The prince stirred, coughing just as voices echoed nearby, panicked. Ariel vanished into the waves. But the prince would never forget the girl with the voice like water and moonlight. Chapter 5. The king's wrath. Word of the storm spread quickly through Thalasara. King Trithian summoned Ariel to the throne hall, his trident glowing with anger. You went to the surface, he thundered. You saved a human. They were going to die, Ariel cried. Father, humans aren't monsters. They feel, they love, just like us. Humans have brought nothing but destruction to the seas, Trithian replied. You are forbidden from ever returning. In his fury, he followed Ariel to her grotto and destroyed it. As broken relics fell around her. Ariel's heart shattered. Chapter 6. The sea witches whisper from the shadows of the deep trenches. A voice slithered into Ariel's sorrow. So much longing, such beautiful pain. From the darkness emerged Morvara, the sea witch, ancient, cunning, and powerful. I can help you, Morvara purred. I can make you human. Ariel hesitated. What would it cost? Only your voice, Morvara said smoothly. In exchange, you'll have legs. If the prince loves you and kisses you within 3 days, you'll remain human forever. If not, you belong to me. Against every warning in her heart, Ariel agreed. The potion burned like fire and ice as it transformed her tail into legs, and Ariel rose to the surface silent, human, and trembling. Chapter 7. A world of pain and wonder. Walking was agony. Every step felt like knives, yet Ariel endured it. She was found by the prince, who was overjoyed to see her alive. Though she could not speak, her eyes told stories. The prince welcomed her into his palace, enchanted by her kindness and grace. Days passed in laughter, dancing, and growing affection. Yet the prince remained haunted by the memory of the girl who saved him, the one with the voice. Chapter 8. The final sunset. On the third night, the prince prepared to marry another, a woman he believed was his rescuer. Heartbroken, Ariel fled to the shore. Her sisters emerged from the waves, having traded their hair to Morvara for a dagger. Kill him, they begged, or you will die. Ariel raised the blade, then dropped it into the sea. I love him, she whispered silently. As dawn broke, Ariel dissolved into sea foam, but the ocean did not forget her sacrifice. Chapter 9. Daughter of the wind instead of death, Ariel awoke. As a spirit of the air, freed from Morvara's curse, she had earned a soul through selfless love. Years later, when the prince felt a gentle breeze and heard distant singing, he would smile without knowing why. And far above the waves, Ariel watched free, fulfilled and finally at peace. Epilogue. Eternal Tides. Legends say that on quiet nights, when the sea glows silver beneath the moon, a soft voice still sings, a voice of courage, a voice of love, a voice that once belonged to a mermaid named Ariel, and the ocean listens.